Want to get your business in front of real sports fans? The Fade Route with D and Z reaches over 1,000 listeners every month. Are you ready to be part of the in crowd?
Yes!
Email us today. Hit us up at faderoutemail@gmail.com and find us on our socials at Fade Route Podcast. Time to run the go route. We'll talk to you next week. Order up.
We continue our division by division MLB preview as we order up the National League East. Sun out. Nope. Psych. Put a little sneaky on them. So, we have some pretty solid teams here. We had a team that made a run last year, and then we have the Washington Nationals. So, what will happen this year in the National League East? From 5 to 1, what do you got, Dick?
All right, so, first up, I've got the Washington Nationals. They just seem like a 90-loss team to me. I do think there's talent here, but they kind of threw in the towel by trading away Mackenzie Gore. I expect C.J. Abrams to be dealt by the deadline. I'm assuming they're going to hold on to Dylan Cruz, and hopefully he makes some real strides. And I do think James Wood's a good player, but they just seem like they have certain spots, but they don't have a complete team, Mm-hmm. Next, I have the Miami Marlins. I think this is actually a decent team. I just don't think they're trying to win either. Al Contreras is still there, right?
For now.
Yeah. And then, Xavier Edwards. They have good players, and they seem to compete even though they're on a shit team, but there's question marks around Chris Paddock. There's question marks around Braxton Garrett. I mean, they're okay, I guess, So, third place, I've got the Mets. I just don't see it. Who's pitching? Who's pitching on this team? Maybe you know. I don't know. I like Bo Bichette. Don't like Jorge Polanco. I like Luis Robert. I don't believe in Marcus Semien. Can Lindor be a 300 hitter? Could he be a 280 hitter, 290 hitter? I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough. I think letting go of Pete was good, but they didn't replace him with anybody. You got a bunch of shortstops on this fucking team. So I've got the Mets in third. The Phillies, I have them in second. And I just think their window closed. I think it closed. Wheeler's going to start the season in the IL, right? And then Nola can be hit. Nola is not. He's a number 3, I think, at best. Last year we showed. I think he had a 5 ERA or 4 ERA. I think Real Muto's donezo. They lost Castellanos. Turner's good. Harper's good, but has Alec Bohm been what everybody thought he was going to be? I don't think so. Now I think a Mike Trout trade in the middle of the season could help them, but I think their window is closed. And number 1, and I'm being a homer. I'm not gonna lie, being a homer, because I thought they were gonna be better last year, and they were fucking terrible last year. But I've got to imagine that this injury bug and their shit start to the season, where I believe they lost 9 out of the first 10 fucking games, is behind them. I think Strider coming back from being, hurt. For this will be the second year he's back. I think he'll be an ace again. I would assume Ronald Acuna is another year removed from his ACL tear, so he'll be a lot better. I love Olsen. I think he's a great player. So I think they have a good team. I think they have a solid run, good enough for second, but they'll come in first in the East. What do you got?
Elevate your protein game with Clear Whey Protein Powder. Lactose-free, sugar-free, and refreshingly delicious. Perfect for a flavorful, protein-packed boost. That's Clear with a K. Go to clearprotein.com, enter promo code DNZ for 20% off any product. That's clearprotein.com. Clear with a K. All right, so I totally acknowledge being a homer. Nice. All right, so
I'm
cool.
a homer. I'm a homer on this
that's
one.
Fair.
And
That's
I'm
fair.
not usually a homer, but I'm being incredibly optimistic after Jerickson Profar just is a fucking idiot.
How are we going to replace that? Replace what? Like, replace what? All the steroids?
You talking about last year? You talking about last year? No, he did it again. He did it again.
What the fuck do you mean he did it
Taking
again?
what kind of fucking performance enhancing drugs is he taking, man?
He's got there's a picture of him taped to the wall in GNC. It's like, no. Do not let this man in.
Don't be this guy.
I have to agree that the Nationals are DFL. I don't see anything, I really don't see anything in the pitching staff whatsoever. Like Miles Michaelis is probably your ace. You're looking at him, Josiah Gray, Jake Irvin, Waldachuk, who they got from the A's. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, Cade Cavalli, like, okay, yeah, he's 27. He's a project at this point. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it. They're banking on Harry Ford. They traded for Harry Ford. They're hoping that getting him from Seattle is gonna be a big deal for them. They thought the same thing about Keibert Ruiz when they got him from the Dodgers. So I don't see it. Dylan Cruz has not been as impactful as they would hoped. They got Hassel from San Diego. He's been okay. James Wood is their all-star at this point because CJ Abrams is probably gone. Most likely he's going to end up with the Dodgers because he was linked to them already. I wish I was kidding. It's going to be the Dodgers or it's going to be the Padres because the Padres can always use another fucking shortstop someplace. CJ, have you ever considered catching? Shit. Just one more fucking shortstop. So the Nationals are 3 years away from being 3 years away. Only slightly better are the Marlins. We concur on that.
Catch me a Marlin.
Paddock has not lived up to expectations. Alcantara is probably going to get traded. It's a matter of when, not if. I mean, they brought in Pete Fairbanks to back end their bullpen, but I don't see wins coming out of this staff. Like last year, it feels like smoke and mirrors that they were able to do what they did. Right? You have like Xavier Edwards, Otto Lopez, Connor Norby, like Owen Casey. Like they traded Edward Cabrera, they got Owen Casey from the Cubs, so we'll see. He's going to get his shot. Christopher Morel is there. They got him playing the outfield instead of third base. Stowers will come up with something. Maybe Griffin Conine will be as good as his dad. Although at 28, if you haven't established yourself by now, probably not.
You don't know me by
He's like
now.
Junior Marlin, right? If Jeff Conine is Mr. Marlin, what's Griffin Conine? Junior Marlin? Like how's that work? I don't. I don't see it with the Miami Marlins. Third place, I have the Braves actually. Like I'm not. Schwellenbach is a problem. Losing Schwellenbach's a problem. Ronaldo Lopez is okay. Can Chris Sale keep going? Right? This has probably been like one of the best stretches, consistent stretches in Chris Sale's career. He's had flashes of brilliance, but then he goes on the IL because his nipple rings are infected. Like it's a bunch of or he breaks a rib.
throw my rib diving for a punt. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you doing? What do you mean?
I think I broke my thumb.
You're the meme of pitchers that aren't athletes.
Skip, my foot hurts. You go to the nurse.
It's like, this is why pitchers get a bad rap as not being athletes, because of shit like this.
He literally cracked his rib diving for a fucking bunt in the middle of July.
Jesus Christ, God almighty. So, can you bank on him? Like, maybe. Like, at this point, you kind of hope at 36 that he's figured out how to stay healthy. Would be nice. You're losing Schwellenbach for the year. Like, yes, you're going to have Spencer Strider. Hopefully he's back all the way. That rotation seems quite thin. It seems quite thin. Is Bryce Elder any good? I don't know. The offense plays. The offense absolutely plays. The pitching scares the shit out of me. Absolutely does. The other question I have is Ozzie Albies. What the fuck is he? Who is Ozzie Albies? Is he the guy that was there last year? Or is he the guy that was there previous, who looked like a stud and looked like a legit ball player? Because he's been on the struggle bus. You have a guy like Mauricio Dubon there. They brought in Jorge Mateo, Ha-Sung Kim. Like, maybe these guys will push him. Maybe that will be the kick in the ass that he needs to get better. And I also think that losing Marcelo Zuna is going to hurt.
Yeah.
Missing that pop in the order, that's an issue. That's an absolute issue for me. Number 2, second place, New York Mets. Like you, I'm confused as to who's fucking pitching. Yes, you bring in Freddie Peralta, great. He's pitching for a contract. He's legit. David Peterson was hot for a while, faded. Sean Manaea had a horrible year last year. Clay Holmes, he looked good in the World Baseball Classic. He was good last year. Can he do it again? Right? Who is Kodai Senga? Who is he? Right? Is he the guy who struck out 200 guys his rookie year? Or is he the guy who wasn't ready to come back because it takes him forever to get healthy? That's a problem. That's a major goddamn problem. You brought in Weaver. You brought in Williams. You have Brooks Raley back. Yes, you acquired Tobias Myers, and I think that's going to be a good move because he can swing. He could be a starter or he can come out of the pen. But you lost Edwin Diaz. I saw Devin Williams last year. I'm not impressed. So, this idea of making Brewers East isn't exactly helping me out here. And then offensively, who's replacing Pete Alonso? You brought in Jorge Polanco, a guy who's never played first base before. You're teaching it to him on the fly.
It's not hard.
Tell him, Wash.
It's incredibly hard.
Jesus Christ. You're teaching him at second base how to play first base. All right. Tell me how that works. You still have Vientos, who probably could play first base, but we'll see. Brett Beatty is kind of filling the super utility role. I'm intrigued by Bo Bichette, but it's probably going to be a one-year thing. The Simeon thing, you traded for an older player who was cheaper. Okay. Right. Was Brandon Nimmo that much of a pain in the ass behind the scenes? I'd rather have Brandon Nimmo. But that's me. Robert's a question mark. I know you're a fan. I'm not a fan. You hope that it's just him being on a dog shit team and him just kind of like checking out. That's not a good look either. That's not a good look either. He's just like, fuck, I want out of here. I'm just going to kick the ball around until you get rid of me. Like, that's the problem. And who's playing left field? You got Juan Soto. Yes, they're saying he's a left fielder. There's nobody who's going to play right then. What are we doing? What the fuck?
Go get the ball.
What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? What did we do here? We've created a lot more questions than we have answers right now. It's just frustrating. Because just 2 seasons ago, this team was in the National League Championship Series. Ran through the Braves, ran through the Phillies, and then got clipped by the Dodgers. And since then, completely blown. And number one, by default, I think they have one more year, and that is the Philadelphia Phillies. I think you get the best of Harper, you get the best of Schwarber. You're going to get whatever Real Muto's got left. Trey Turner's still there. He can play. Sosa can play. Like, offensively, this team is going to be fine. It's the pitching. It's absolutely the pitching. And what takes me over the top with them as opposed to the Braves is that we've seen this. We've seen the pop. And there are fewer question marks, in my opinion, with that. You lost Castellanos, which actually is a good thing because he was starting shit in the locker room. You bring in Adolis Garcia, right? You figure he's not starting shit in the locker room, and he can mesh. So, I think this is the swan song. It's kind of like the Warriors. They had that one left in them, and then they're just going to hang around and slowly decline. Slowly decline. But this is, once again, the Phillies division to lose. Those are our picks. What are yours? Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast. Drop us a line on X at FadeRouteDNZ and let us know who you got in the National League East. It's time for us to run the go route. We'll talk to you next week when we order up the American League East.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review, rate us 5 stars, turn on subscription notifications, and share on social media. Tell your friends and spread the word.